We call the farm our happy place. Part of my favorite thing about the farm is just is hanging out and enjoying the beauty. The people that come in, we've met so many people that have become great friends and relationships through the farm.
Springdale Farm started in 2009, and I can remember my dad wanting to plant tomatoes. He grew up in Ohio and he really wanted to plant tomatoes because that's what he did with his grandfather, and so we started with tomatoes, and I thought it was going to be kind of like a backyard thing, like we would have maximum of 10 plants and we would be able to have tomatoes for us and maybe friends and family, and we had so many tomatoes that every surface of everything was covered with all sorts of shapes and sizes of different tomatoes, and we had so many that we didn't know what to do with. And this wonderful guy, Jesse Griffith from Due came in and said, are you moving all these tomatoes? Are you eating them? What are you doing with all of them? We said, no, we're swamped. And he just happened, he said, hold on, give me a minute. And he called his friends and chefs in the community, and that's kind of how Springdale Farm was born. It was kind of an accident of planning, too much, and it just has turned into this beautiful thing that we really care so much about.
My grandfather was a big tomato pepper guy, and so he had fruit trees in his yard and cherry trees up there and plum trees, and so I guess I became inoculated with the growing stuff.
We grow about 75 different varieties of vegetables here, and we have a farm stand every Wednesday and Saturday, open 9 to 1, and we're open to the public, and people come and shop and have picnics here and meet the chickens and the ducks.
Part of the deal is that there has been this disconnect in children or families for 2 generations of not being on a farm, not knowing really where their food's coming from, and not even knowing that there's an alternative choice in food, and that's clean and healthy food, and that's what we provide by being organically sourced. We grow everything from seed here, so we start a lot of our growing operation in the greenhouse. So like when weather's bad like this and I can't get in the field, then we do a lot of work in the greenhouse.
We harvest early. Typically in the summer you need to harvest real early before it gets too hot and things start wilting. In the winter we might have to postpone a little bit because you can't harvest when it's freezing, when it's below freezing temperatures. So we harvest pretty much every day. And then it'll be more maintenance, either planting or weeding in the afternoon.
And now we're pulling, Brussels greens and chard and things like that we just have started the season, the new season, the cool season is here finally. We harvest, then we're always worried about what we're harvesting to make sure we're planting more of the same crops and other crops and have them in a rotation so that we always have produce on the table.
Everybody kind of has their own job. For 5 acres to be sustainable, we kind of piece that together. We have, some commercial maintenance operation. We have our farm, we rent out a space to the food trailer in the front, and we host some functions on the farm, supper clubs and weddings, and it takes all of that dynamic to make the farm be sustainable.
As a farmer, we don't make a ton of money on our produce. We're not in this business to get rich. We don't do this because we're going to be the wealthiest people in America. We do this because we really, really love this. We think that growing local and slow food is really important.
She go to work all day long. She said, baby, now don't you roll. lazy and staying home.